Today on Houston Life, we have headed west to beautiful New Braunfels to check out some of the fun you can have this summer. Of course, a trip to New Braunfels isn't complete without a trip to the river. Coming up today, we'll check out a new tubing option on the site of New Braunfels' famous, very popular Wurstfest. Plus, a new reason your kids will go crazy for Schlitterbahn. The park is about to unveil a brand new kids park, which includes a first-of-its-kind kids water coaster. And New Braunfels is steeped in rich history, but are some of its former ancestors still hanging around? We'll find out as we tag along on the city's ghost tour. And while I explore the beautiful downtown area, Lauren Kelly is hanging out in the Green Historic District. Lauren, what's up?
Hey, Derek, it's one of my favorite places here. Check it out. We're right by Green Hall, Grist Mill, lots of antiques, lots of shopping, food, and of course, wine. That is all coming up on today's show, live from New Braunfels on Houston Life.
Hi, everybody. I am Derek Shore coming to you from beautiful New Braunfels. Thanks so much for joining us on this special edition of Houston Life. I'm standing right now in front of the beautiful historic Prince Psalms Inn. And y'all, this is the first time I have ever been to this spot. I can't wait to take you inside. We have so much to do and see in and around New Braunfels today. But first, let's start, of course, with this beautiful hotel. I want to introduce you to someone who has worked really hard to bring this place back to life. I think he's waiting for us inside. Let's go. John Wickham. Just as I thought, he's waiting inside. John is the hotel director and general manager here of the Prince Psalms Inn. Thanks for having us, John.
Of course. Thanks for coming in.
Yeah, it's great to see you. We got to chat about this hotel because it did not always look like this. You've done such a great job on the renovations.
Oh, well, I appreciate that. Yes, we've done quite an extensive amount of work to the building, although trying to keep the integrity of the original layout and features of this historic hotel.
It's a perfect example of some of the very rich history that exists right here in New Braunfels. Was it 1844 when the first German immigrants arrived in Galveston and then made their way to New Braunfels? Is that right?
That is correct. So Nicholas Zink is the one that led those colonists up here, and through wagon train all the way up into this area, which was a 1,300-piece parcel of land purchased by Prince Carl Soames, which then became the colony of New Braunfels.
Okay, beautiful. And you can see that German influence as you go through town. It truly is everywhere. When was this particular hotel constructed?
So this building was actually built in 1898. There actually was a previous building on this site, which was the Joseph Klein House, which is actually still located on the property. But back then they picked it up and moved it to the rear of the property and built this fantastic hotel.
Well, and just every little detail. Can we go inside and show our viewers? This is sort of, what would you call the lobby, the check-in area?
So this would have been known originally as the parlor, and it would have been a little bit of a larger room at the time, but we now use it as our lobby and reception area for the hotel. We've tried to keep all of the natural size in here, so it is actually a 13-foot ceilings in here, which you don't see as much in a center hall Victorian. But we've kind of tried to recreate a version, not obviously authentically Victorian, but a little more comfortable for today.
Well, comfortable, contemporary. I can see all of the nods to the era when, like, the hotel keys, for instance, were just kept in a cubby behind the check-in desk. This is not where the hotel keys are officially kept.
No, we no longer use the big bulky keys any longer. We're a little more modern than that.
Wow. And John, I mean, everything from the furnishings to the paint color, you worked with the owners to bring this place back to life.
Yes. Luckily, the owners of this building, they own Muck and Fuss, which is our sister restaurant on the property as well, entrusted me to kind of bring a little more life into it, make it a little more relevant for today, and a little bit of carte blanche as far as picking all the furnishings for this new version of the Prince Psalms Inn.
Well, and I had a little walk around earlier before our viewers saw this space, and I couldn't believe at the end of the hall here, there's the mullet room. How did you come up with that idea?
Well, that's a funny story. So that used to be a suite, actually, which used to be called the Prince Carl Suite. And we felt, because of the speakeasy that we have in our basement, we wanted to reuse those spaces. So we actually decided, well, let's make it more of a multifunction room. And then the name came up from the owners and said, well, could you make that work? And I said, well, let me think about it. And we came up with our own version, and thus it's known as the Mullet Room.
And you made it work. And there's some really great mullets on the walls there. David Bowie, John Stamos, even Dolly Parton. John, can we make our way upstairs? You had told me that because there are just 6 guest rooms here, a lot of folks like to rent out the entire place so they have privacy with their friends and family and can almost have like a giant house party. Is that right?
That is correct. So 6 kind of individually curated rooms on the top floor of this building, and accommodating 12 guests. That's a very intimate party. It also works well for weddings and rehearsal dinners. We've had it where they've actually rented out the entire building.
Oh my gosh.
Well, so.
And you made a very specific choice to ensure that each guest room is totally different. So I'm sure our viewers can see that like this room has sort of a lighter paint on the walls, yet the room next door has a deep, moody, darker feeling. It's the library officially, is that right? The library room?
Yes, sir. So room number 7, the library room, definitely has kind of the old-fashioned style where we're painting everything one color, and it has got that deep saturated blue. And, when you're staying in a hotel, you want something that you don't normally get at home or even with a big commercial hotel.
It's true. Why was it important for you to ensure that every single guest room was totally different?
I really wanted to ensure anytime you came here, whatever room was available, you were going to have a great experience, and it's a little bit different. You kind of get to explore within the building and get to see all these different moods and styles. But they all come together.
It came together beautifully. Before we let you go, John, I do want to direct our viewers' attention up to this skylight. So can you explain the history of this skylight? Because I've seen a lot of skylights. I've never seen one quite like this.
Yes, so this is very special. So you don't see this as often anymore. They fell out of fashion, but being that we live in Texas, we all know it gets a little hot in the summer, and it definitely still did in 1890. So what they used to do with this big skylight is you would open the windows to the rooms from the outside, the transom windows, which are the windows that are over each doorway, and then this skylight would be open to the sky, and that would help kind of move the air in the building to kind of cool it down in those hot summer months. And then you would open the front and back doors. We're running parallel to the Kamal River, this building, so that allows that breeze.
The breeze would come through, the hot air would flow out.
Exactly, kind of circulating it for the guests that were here.
And it brings in more light to this
and
beautiful.
that as well, in a time before electricity, when this was built.
But that's what's so great. There are modern comforts here at this hotel. You've done such a great job, John Wickham, of preserving its history. Thank you for spending time with us and showing us around.
Thank you for coming out. I appreciate you all.
Now we're going to get a bunch of friends and rent out all these rooms and make it a party. All right, what do you say we check in with Lauren Kelly? She is hanging out in the historic Green District, doing a bit of shopping, some eating, and I bet some drinking as well. Lauren?
Derek, how did you know? Thank you so much for that. I would definitely love to stay there. Well, you guys, I'm here along the main strip in Green, the historic district in New Braunfels, where you can easily spend the entire day shopping and eating and getting to know the rich history of this entire area. In fact, you can even stay at a mansion built in 1872. We're going to take you inside Green Mansion Inn coming up next. And you can't come to New Braunfels without getting on the water. Mel Camp has found a few ways to do just that. Hey, Mel.
Hey, Lauren. Yes, right now I am at Schlitterbahn, but this morning I was out at Lander Falls, and it was so much more than I could imagine. I thought I was just coming out, having a paddle, having a float, but this is really moving. Indeed. Wow.
Welcome back to this special edition of Houston Life, coming to you from New Braunfels, just a few hours away west of Houston. It's an easy, short drive. And in fact, last night, our crew got in to do a bit of exploring and to check out this place, Downtown Social.
These are my new Braunfels friends. My new Braunfels friends. Don't look at that one. I'm like Goldilocks in the free cocktails. Cheers. Yum.
right, our Houston Life crew always knows how to find a good time. All right, what do you say we check back in with Lauren Kelly, who's out exploring in Green? What's up, LK?
Hey, Derek. Green is the historic district here in New Braunfels. Among the shops and restaurants, you're also going to find Green Hall, Texas's oldest dance hall, and right next door is Green Mansion Inn. Originally built as a private residence in 1872, it now operates as an inn, and Houston Life journalist Lenny Juarez is taking us inside.
Right along the bank of the Guadalupe River and just below the water tower, you'll find a place that is rich in history and tradition and has stayed true to its original form since the late 1800s, called Green Mansion Inn.
Welcome to the Green Mansion Inn. It was built in 1872. It was H.D. Green's original home.
A successful businessman, H.D. Green built this town with the vision that it would become a thriving agricultural commerce in Texas, but today the city of Green has become a popular tourist destination.
Everything you would want is within walking distance. The restaurants, the shops, the river, and then of course all the great music that you'll find at Green Hall.
And there's no better place to enjoy all this than at the Green Mansion Inn.
We only have, of the 33 guest rooms, we only have 2 rooms that were original to the property. The master bedroom and Bertha's bedroom. So this one is the master bedroom. It has a queen size bed. All of our rooms have coffee makers, microwaves, mini fridges, so a little bit of the more modern amenities, but still trying to keep the charm and history of the Green Mansion Inn. A big chunk of our rooms are outfitted with the old clawfoot tub and shower, which is very popular for a lot of our guests. They love to soak in that deep clawfoot tub at the end of the day, especially after a hot day on the river. A lot of the rooms have the old barnwood, and we occasionally have to do little upgrades and updates to the room, and we do our best to try and find old barnwood just to stay with the aesthetic charm of the property.
And that charm certainly hasn't gone unnoticed. Green Mansion Inn has been recognized by some of the top publications.
We have been very blessed to host several writers and photographers and folks that have stumbled across Green or found Green and wanted to get the word out, staying here with us and having the charm and just the true Texas hospitality of what the Green Mansion Inn offers has been very rewarding. That it's been written about in the different publications, People Magazine, Texas Monthly, Southern Charm. So the Green Mansion Inn is the perfect spot for couples getaway. We help a lot of folks celebrate their anniversary. We have been a part of many engagements, many baby moons, and we've been very blessed to see those families come back after they've had the little babies. We're also a great spot for business travelers, as well as corporate and executive retreats. I hope we get to welcome y'all to stay soon.
Looks awesome. And to learn more about Green Mansion or book your own stay, you can head to greenmansioninn.com or go to the Scene On section of HoustonLife.tv. Thanks to Lenny for doing that again. Okay, still to come, I am working my way right down the street from Green Mansion into the Grapevine Wine Shop and Bar. We hear they have one of the biggest selections of Texas wines in the area, and well, you guys know that I have to check that out. And also, Mel Camp is at Land of Fall. She is checking out everything along the river for us today. We're going to catch up with her when Houston Life returns.
Welcome back to this special edition of Houston Life. I'm Derek Shore, coming to you from New Braunfels. Today I've had such a great assignment. I've just been exploring beautiful, historic New Braunfels, including a visit to this place, Naegle's Bakery. This spot's been in business for more than 150 years. Such an institution. Add it to your list. I highly recommend the banana bread, by the way. I just had to buy this. And of course, a trip to New Braunfels wouldn't be complete without hitting the water, so that's where we find our Mel Camp. What's up, Mel?
Hey Derek, well I'm still hanging out at Schlitterbahn. Believe it or not, this is Schlitterbahn. The water park comes up alongside the Comal River. It's absolutely beautiful. You know, some of the rides actually land in the river, which is awesome. Earlier today, I was up at Land of Falls, which is where the Comal starts, and it's a place that you can paddle or float, the longest ride of the Comal River.
25 years of history, actually, a little hidden gem here in New Braunfels. We're on the grounds of the famous Wurstfest. So almost 64 years of celebrating German heritage with, of course, a few spirits to enjoy that. But in our downtime, hey, let's throw some tubes on the water. We're here at Land of Falls from that perspective. So we enjoy all aspects of it to make it a year-round type festival.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so Land of Falls is pretty special because not even many locals know that this is a really cool place to come and jump in the Comal and go for a tube.
You're exactly right, Mel. I mean, the festival is our main bread and butter from that point. But because of our location, 1,000 feet on the Comal River, we're at the actual headwaters of the springs for the most part. And it's just kind of a hidden gem. No advertisement needed from that aspect of it. But we're going to blow things up this year. 25th anniversary, we're going to have a lot of fun.
Oh my goodness, word is out. And this is pretty amazing because these falls here, these are Land of Falls.
This is why it is called what it is. The springs are just literally a few hundred yards away. There's 7 different springs that make up the Comal River, but they all come through the Wurstfest property. So it starts and originates here, and we enjoy Mother Nature's best asset.
This is the way that the Comal River is fed.
It's fed, that's exactly right. With its endangered species and beautiful spring water, it's all right here.
Oh my goodness. Speaking of that beautiful spring water, can we jump on it?
Let's do it.
Look at those falls.
Absolutely gorgeous.
This is amazing, and to think that, I mean, they're really very magical, aren't they?
It absolutely is. Healing waters for generations.
And these were very sacred to a lot of the tribes that were in this area?
Absolutely, yeah. There's still Indian findings and things of that nature that in certain areas of Land of Park also that have the historical markers that talk about what was here way before us.
I think you can't come here without feeling all of history, all of the ancestors that were here before us. It's like, this is so much more. I thought I was just coming out, having a paddle, having a float, but this is really moving.
It really, really is, indeed.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah, the other river in town, the Guadalupe, is more so of that, but here with the springs that we're so blessed to have, it's different. Definitely.
And at Land of Falls, you've really outfitted it well for people to be right here on the water and really experience it. Of course, there's the tubing.
Tubing's the big pastime, no question about that. This year being our 25th anniversary, we've added the opportunity of the boat that we're in now, the Crystal Kayak. It is really geared for the evening times. It's got the LED lights and shines down and illuminates. And we've teamed up with Paddle Texas to offer the Crystal Kayaks, the paddle boards, and our hard body kayaks, which are what Katie is in.
The rainbow one.
There we go. Call that one Skittles.
And then I think I need to point out the paddleboard because we're not seeing it because Lenny, our photographer, is on it. Lenny, say hi.
There he is, chilling.
Look, if Lenny can sit on it and film, you know this is the paddleboard. If you've ever wanted to try, this is the one to try it on,
right? That's exactly. Holds 400 pounds, 2 people, an ice chest. Absolutely.
And a photographer.
And a photographer.
Now these waters, they're really clear. I mean,
crystal. We're unique by having our property here. It's no other activity besides the individuals that we put in. Once you get down to the tube chute, you've got a dozen other outfitters and then the public access. So it has a tendency of stirring it up on Saturdays from that standpoint of it. But our customers have a unique opportunity of enjoying the grounds, hopping in the water, tubing, kayaking, paddleboarding.
Now you call this the longest float on the river. So once we get in here, by the time we get out to the pickup spot where you guys come pick us up, how long is that?
Roughly on a tube right now is about 4 hours.
Okay.
We're running about 160 cubic feet per second here on the Comal Springs, which is it's a good float, no doubt. Unlike some of the other rivers in Texas where they depend on the reservoirs, we don't. I mean, we can have rain in the Edwards Aquifer area where we're at and it fills up the springs and immediate release from that standpoint of it. So
this is the place to come.
This is exactly it. Day camping, picnicking, live music, DJs, food trucks, we'll have it all. And really for the parents or grandparents and have the kids come out here where parents or someone that doesn't want to enjoy the river, they can enjoy it, but not necessarily in the river.
Oh, love it. really got something for everyone. And the fun thing is just as we're paddling along, I'm seeing fish. You said they were bass.
Bass, buffalo fish, a variety of different. There's 9 endangered species, including the blind salamander and the fountain darter. The good news is that they hide real well.
Oh, that's good.
Yes.
And you'd be very lucky to see one, but there is plenty of wildlife to spot.
Indeed, and again, especially at night from the deer and the egrets and things of that nature, the fish that are below us. It's a whole new, unique experience in the evening times, even for the locals that have been doing this for 30 years.
Turtles.
There you go, turtles.
Oh my gosh.
Lots of turtles, little turtle habitat there.
Who are these guys? What kind of turtles are those?
Larry, Moe, and Joe are the top 3.
Really?
They're always hanging around. Not really, but you know, it sounded good.
I was like, oh, they're regular turtles. The Egyptian geese, what? They don't fly out from Egypt, do they?
That's a great question. I know they've been here for the decades that I've been here and really enjoy it. It's usually a pairing. Everywhere you do see some, and they really call it home almost year round. Not sure they ever depart anymore. I mean, why would you?
Well, I certainly don't want to leave.
There you go, there you go.
It is magic. Like I was saying before, by the waterfall, you really feel it when you're on it. This isn't just any old body of water.
No, and it starts with the springs itself. So again, it's Mother Nature's at its finest, and we're here to conserve what she offers from that aspect of it and allow everybody else to enjoy it.
Oh my goodness, such an amazing experience. Land of Falls is definitely a different way to do float life in New Braunfels. And of course, they're open all summer, and then you can head back in fall for Worst Fest. We'll get all the details up online at houstonlife.tv. Right now, let's check in with Lauren Kelly, who's in green. Hey, Lauren.
Hey Mel, thank you so much. I have made my way to the Grapevine here in Green. It's the perfect place to go grab a glass of wine and take a break from all the shopping because it wears us out. We're going to check out a range of hill country wines coming up next. And later, from the colorful to the spine-tingling, hear what happens when we set out with New Braunfels ghost hunters. That is coming up next when Houston Life returns.
Welcome back to this special edition of Houston Life. I'm Derek Shore, coming to you from beautiful New Braunfels. It has been so much fun just getting out and walking and exploring today. Whether you're looking for a baked good, a great cup of coffee, or a gift for friends and family, or a great meal, there are surprises around every single corner. In fact, I was just studying this mural over here. Beautiful, beautiful artwork around the city. And something else that caught my eye, many of our viewers know that my late grandfather was a conductor on the Union Pacific Railroad. And so, of course, the New Braunfels Railroad Museum has been now added to my list. I cannot wait to check it out. But in the meantime, Lauren Kelly has been out exploring the historic district of Green. Lauren, what have you found?
Derek, this is not my first time and definitely not my last time here in Green. I love this spot. I've been coming here since I was very young, and just to see all the iconic things behind us. You've got Green Hall, you've got Gristmill, all the shopping, but really somebody who knows all the key points to tell us about what's coming up this summer, how you and your family can enjoy it. Ryan Weinbrandt, thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for having us.
So for the obvious, let's just state what's behind us, because this is some of the biggest iconic pieces here in Green.
Sure. You're looking at legendary Green Hall right there in the background. Of course, the gristmill behind it. We've got Mosey's and then Cotton Eye Joe's. You know, all good summertime fun.
So for anybody who's never been inside of Green Hall, I mean, you guys have iconic legends, iconic acts that take the stage there and perform shows almost every single weekend.
Yeah, we've got live music every night of the week.
Yeah, so no more excuses. If you're looking for live music, come on over here. So some of the shops, this is just a historic neighborhood. Antiques, it's all right here.
Yeah, it is. You've got everything from cowboy boots, cowboy hats, to antiques, as you noted. The Green General Store is a family tradition, right, when you come to town.
I love the fact that if you don't bring anything that you want to wear, whether you're going to Gristmill or Green Hall or even to float the river, you can come down here and shop your heart out the entire day, right?
You can definitely find something. Yeah.
All right, so as we're walking down this area, I just kind of want to talk about the different things that families can do coming up this summer. Is there some specific things that the kiddos can get involved in?
Sure. Well, you've got our Two-Ton Tuesdays starting here soon.
Okay.
That's an annual event.
Okay.
Definitely bring the kids out for that one.
Okay.
Of course, later on this month, we've got our summer kickoff for the Come and Taste It on the 23rd.
Okay, well, as we continue walking, I want our photographer, Lenny, to kind of show where we're at right now. I could not come to Green, Ryan, and not stop at one of my favorite spots right here. Where are we walking up to?
Yeah, sure. The Grapevine in Green, Texas.
Now, there's something very special about this because you guys have a ton of Texas wines here, probably the most around town.
By far the most around town. Texas wines and craft beers.
And I also want to make mention, hey guys, we have fans from all over. But there's a huge patio, so whether or not you want to go sit inside, whether or not you want to join us on the patio, it's always a perfect time here at the Grapevine.
Yeah, absolutely. You can see these folks hanging out, having a drink.
Yes.
A little live music later on the patio
I
there.
twisted your arm, though, so you're going to send me right over here, right? Something special?
Yeah, we've got a little something lined up for you with Becca.
Okay, you guys come on over. Ryan, thank you so much. I'm going to head on over here with Becca Gonzalez, assistant manager. Hey, I couldn't come to Green without stopping at the wine spot, right?
Yes. Thank you for having us.
Of course. A little bit of background, though, for people who have not been to the Grapevine. Why don't you tell us a little bit about it?
Yeah, so we have one of the largest selections of Texas wines. I would probably say 80 plus Texas wines. Specifically right here, we have our private labels, which we wanted to feature today.
Private labels.
Yep.
You have me sold. Texas wines. But I don't think people realize how many Texas wineries there actually are. So there are hundreds and hundreds, right?
Yeah, especially in the hill country. You go out to Fredericksburg, they have a ton. Breweries as well.
Yeah.
Really, really special.
Okay, so let's just get right into it. What do you have on the table for us today?
Right, so here I have our 4 private label wines that are made specifically for us by Llano Estacado in Lubbock.
Okay.
Right now I have a Chardonnay, a Rosé, a Cabernet, and then a sweet red.
Okay.
So
well, where should we start, Becca?
So usually we start lightest to darkest. We'll finish with the sweet just because it coats our palate the most. So let's go ahead with the Chardonnay.
Okay, the Chardonnay.
Cheers.
Cheers.
All
now,
right.
this is not, you're not supposed to chug a wine flight, right?
Sip, yeah.
Sip the wine flight. Welcome back to Houston Live. It wouldn't be a fun remote show live from New Braunfels if we didn't have a few technical difficulties, but that's okay because Becca and I are drinking wine. We're at the Grapevine. So I just want to pick back up. We tasted the Chardonnay. We tasted the Rosé. So let's go straight to the reds because I feel like a good red on the patio is actually sometimes good. Some people are like, no, I don't want to drink red on the patio, but we can.
We can. Of course we can. So this one is absolutely great. This is going to be one of our best-selling reds that we have.
Okay, which one is this?
This is our bourbon barrel aged Cabernet.
I put it down like I'm going to take it as a shot. We're not doing that. We're sipping. We're sipping. Okay.
That's so nice. So that one,
it's very smooth.
Background is actually aged for up to 3 years in Buffalo Trace bourbon barrels. Really, really nice. You're going to have some fruit forward on the front, and then towards the back end is where you're going to get a little bit of the oaky, kind of smoky from the
it definitely had a fruitier taste on the front,
really
that's
nice.
for sure.
Especially
okay.
if you don't like to drink reds, that one's really nice.
What's the last one?
This one's going to be our sweet red. So this is more of like a semi-sweet. It's not the sweetest red that you've ever had, but it's not dry either.
Okay, so question though. I picked it up, and it is a chilled one. It's
chilled.
A colder one.
Yes, you can drink it room temp or chilled. We serve it chilled just because it is a little bit sweet.
Oh, that's a lot really sweeter. Nice. Yeah.
Yeah. So that one's gonna have notes of blackberries. Really, really nice overall. Not super like syrupy. It doesn't get you in your jaws like some really, really sweet reds do. So that one's really nice. A really nice kind of in between, especially if you lean more towards sweeter reds or sweeter wines.
So Becca, I do want to talk about a couple of things here at the Grapevine. When are you guys open? What are the hours?
Monday through Sunday.
Don't cut us off on the weekend.
My boss would get so mad at me. That would never happen. So Monday through Sunday, 7 days a week, and then we're open from 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. right now. But after Memorial Day, we're going to be open an hour later on Fridays and Saturdays.
Website really fast.
TheGrapevineandGreenTexas.com.
TheGrapevineandGreenTexas.com. Thank you so much, Becca. Leave these cups here because I am going to take a couple sips before we leave the show. All right, still to come, we head back to downtown New Braunfels to check out the city's spirits. Derek will take us inside a hidden speakeasy where the vibe transports you to Prohibition days, but the cocktails are thoroughly modern. And do you believe in ghosts? You may after this.
I had my microphone on and we were just talking about her, and everyone on the tour heard a little girl's like giggle over my mic, and I was just like, did we all just that was really weird.
Yeah. We'll hear about some spooky encounters as we tag along on the city's ghost tour.
Underneath the noise of music and laughter Les New Braunfels' ghostly history.
It's like one of the oldest towns in Texas. Heck yeah, it's haunted.
Since 1845.
Friends Anita and Catherine started New Braunfels Ghost Tour 10 years ago after a bad tour experience they had in San Antonio.
And she wanted her money back. And I swore that they were the best things. It's a great way to go to a new city and discover a little bit of the history.
Inspired by that awful night, the friends set out to become New Braunfels' first haunted tour company.
We just started researching, and we were local teachers, and so we knew a little bit about the city's history, but we were like, there's got to be some ghost stories. We knew a few of the, haunts and old tales, and so we just dug in and started interviewing people, reading every book we had.
So we're going to start here at the Prince Psalms Inn, but when it was first opened, it was originally called the Comal Hotel. It's been fun. It's changed so much. I always tell people, if you came those first few years, you got to come back because it evolves, it changes. We go to different places than we used to, just because as we learn more stuff or we get better stories to tell, that's what we put on the tour.
The tour's first stop, the oldest bakery in Texas, Naglin's Bakery.
It is a wonderful place to get strudel, but I think people are mostly interested in the ghosts, and there are ghosts. Our favorite here are the Naglin children, and we get people that talk about being in line and being poked from behind. Some of the bakers say they'll have their aprons on and they'll get tugged and they'll walk on their aprons on the floor, but our favorite ghost is probably Grandma Naglin. Years ago, she used to sit behind the desk and try to upsell you. Don't you need an extra pumpernickel loaf? Don't you need an extra set of cookies? And people say they'll be standing in the back and a loaf of bread will just land right in front of them, and the baker will say, hey, just pick that up and say, no thank you, Grandma Naglin. And so customers just pick it up and put it in the back and say, no thank you, Grandma Naglin. And she's just still here trying to sell you extra stuff.
I wouldn't say any of our spirits are scary. They're just present.
Present and sometimes wanting to communicate with the living.
And people on the tour have had stuff happen as well. Like, it just is what it is.
They're almost just kind of shocking. Like, did we all just,
yeah,
did that just happen?
Yeah.
I think one time we were doing the tour by the church, and I was talking about little Emma, and I had my microphone on, and we were just talking about her, and everyone on the tour heard a little girl's like giggle over my mic, and I was just like, did we all just, that was really weird.
Yeah.
Now these are just a couple of the many stories told during the tour, a tour that includes tales of cannibalism, an axe murderer, and of course, a love story as well.
I just love entertaining everybody. To me, it is so fun. Once you get started going, just to watch the look on everybody's faces as they're enjoying your stories being told, and they're just so interested. It's like a wholesome way to spend a night, and it's actually really fun.
These old cities just have a lot of that folklore. And so I knew the city being, founded since 1845 had a lot of really neat past that people had forgotten about.
Yeah.
This is our home, and we love New Braunfels.
We're proud of
we
it.
Love it. It's
proud
history.
Locals.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Enrique. And if you want to see it all for yourself, check out nbghosttours.com.
Lauren, I found Schatzi! We've come to Schlitterbahn, and there is a whole new world here. It is called Schatzi's Storybrooke Park, and check it out. It is all for the kids. This is just a little part of it. We're going to be taking a look at it coming up next on Houston Life. Welcome back to Houston Life, or New Braunfels Life, or Schlitterbahn Life. Oh my goodness, Chris, thank you so much for having us here at what is the world's #1 water park. What, 25 years in a row?
25 years in a row, world's best water park, Schlitterbahn. There's nothing like it in the world except Schlitterbahn, New Braunfels, Texas.
Oh my goodness. I mean, this is probably a bit of a silly question, but what makes it so magic here?
There's so many reasons. This unique natural setting cannot be recreated anywhere. So there's no water park that looks like Schlitterbahn. We've got miles of tube chutes. Some of our tube chutes last 30 minutes. And so you can't, you really get your money's worth with those rides. We've got some of the world's first technology here. We've got blaster technology, which is an uphill water coaster. You go up and down hills like you're on a roller coaster, but you're on a water slide. We've got the world's first surfing ride as well, too, the Boogie Bond. That is another unique innovation that was created here at Schlitterbahn.
That was created at Schlitterbahn. That's amazing, because you see a lot of those now, but to know that you guys created it. No wonder. First for everything. And of course today, this is a brand new part of Schlitterbahn that we're standing in. Tell us a bit about this awesome place.
So this is the most highly anticipated new attraction in over a decade here at the park. It's called Schatzi's Storybook Park. Schatzi's our famous mascot. He's a dachshund, and he had a dream to build this place where all his friends could play together. So Schatzi's Storybook Park features the world's first uphill water coaster for kids. So we've got blaster technology for children now. It's called Bow Wow Blaster. There's also 3 magical lands here at the park. One is Forbidden Forest, which we're in right now. We've got a giant tipping bucket with more than 1,200 gallons of water that come tipping our way.
Oh my goodness.
Yes, and we've got Schatzi's Pond, which has the 3 little pugs. They're mini body slides for kids. Fairy Tale Trail behind us has like a nice trail through a storybook area with Schatzi's friends.
Wait, you were the bucket!
Here we go.
Yes! Oh my gosh, Chris, you were just saying that, and then I could hear the bell dinging, and I was like, it's gonna go, the bucket's gonna go.
And the kids love it.
Oh my goodness, look, they're waiting. They're waiting for it to go again. Yeah. Oh my gosh, that is such a rush when that lands. That's so much fun. Well, how many gallons of water did you say?
1,200 gallons of water in that bucket.
Wow, that is so cool. I mean, it is just such a fun place to come for everyone, like kids, adults, but this is really adding something for the kids.
Yeah, you know, this really gives our portfolio, you know, the full family feel. Like anyone from the smallest child who could jump on a little spritz of water, all the way up to the adults who like the thrill rides. We've got something for anyone in the family.
So what are some things that you got coming up in the summer that we definitely want to get on our calendars?
One thing that we're participating in this June 20th actually, is the world's largest swimming lesson. It's where we take part in this event that breaks the world record for the biggest swimming lesson, and it's all over the world at a bunch of parks and swimming pools. So we'd like a lot of people out here for that. It's a great event, and it's really to help people recognize the importance of water safety.
It's so true. Like, I grew up in Australia, everyone learns to swim, and you take it for granted when you learn to swim that it is a skill that you need to learn.
Yes.
And it is a life-saving skill. It's so important to have it. So that's amazing that you guys are, apart from all the fun you have here, getting into something that's seriously important.
Yes.
So that's so cool.
Yeah, that's a big deal. All the holidays are always great. I mean, anytime you come to Schlitterbahn, it's a different adventure. So, you know, all summer long, we're open all the way through September 15th. And in this Texas heat, it's the place to be for sure.
I know, it's you know what? I'm ready to dive in the water right now, for sure. I think I might be joining those kids at any moment. Yes. Chris, thanks so much. I'm going to hang out a little bit longer, because who wants to leave Schlitterbahn? Not me. Wait, what is it? What is Schlitterbahn in German? What's it mean?
Slippery road in German.
Slippery road.
Like a water slide.
It's so good. Oh my goodness. Chris, I'm going to hang out with you. But you know what? Derek Shaw has got up to something fun. You know it. He's been hanging out downtown New Braunfels. So we are going to check in with him now. Hey, Derek.
All right, y'all, we have made it back to the beautiful Prince Psalms Inn. Truly, the history, the character, the charm cannot be beat. But I am told one of the best surprises about this place is actually downstairs in the basement. Yes, there is a basement, and there's a speakeasy here. It's called Sidecar Bar, and I'm going to take you inside right after this. Welcome back to this special edition of Houston Life from New Braunfels. All right, so I have made my way back to the Prince Psalms Inn, but I have come downstairs to the Speakeasy Bar, also known as Sidecar. Zach Bragdon is the bar manager here. Zach, what's up? Thanks for hanging out.
Absolutely, thanks for coming.
Well, it's quiet now because it's during the day, but what's the vibe like here in the evenings?
So it's very relaxed. We turn the lights down quite low. We get the jazz music going. We get the cocktails flowing, and it's kind of just a jazzy, fun environment where everyone kind of come, relax, and kind of escape their day-to-day routines.
And the piano's going.
Oh, yeah.
It seems like a really cool vibe.
Yeah.
All right, so this is your menu, and I just peeked through it a little bit. You guys have a killer happy hour. $6 cocktails, $4 beers?
Oh, yeah. Yep. That was just kind of something to kind of get people into the door to kind of help, you know, boost recognition around town. And it had such a good response that we thought might as well just keep it.
People are finding out about you guys, but the secret is getting out. Okay, so as I'm flipping through your cocktail menu, I'm seeing names like Widow's Kiss, made with brandy, the Sharpie Mustache, made with gin, rye, bitters, and, well, it's all booze. It's all booze.
It's all booze.
How was this cocktail list created?
So ever since I took over the cocktail program, and even before me, we like to let the staff kind of have their creative freedom down here. So we'll set a day aside, we'll come together collectively, come up with different ingredients, different ideas, put it up on a drawing board, make them, test them, and then whichever ones we like, we put on the menu and we push it forward.
I think that's great. Let the staff weigh in. Okay, so you were telling me during the break that the Funk Factor is one that you like to make. You want to go for it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
So the Funk Factor was actually created by Nick Bruce. He's one of our employees here, and it kind of sits very well with his personality because himself, he's very funky.
Okay.
So it is a cocktail that is supposed to emulate chicken tikka masala.
Okay, what?
Which sounds weird, right?
Yeah.
Bear with me. Bear with me. But the syrup is a curry syrup base, and we use some spiced rums, some aged rums, lemon, a little bit of coconut that we make down here as well. And then we just kind of put it all together, and it tastes like chicken tikka masala, but a better version, in my opinion.
Now I am so curious about this. So rum, lemon, coconut cream, and then an apricot liqueur. Can you tell me more about the house-made curry syrup? So does that have like a true curry flavor to it?
It does. So we steep cardamom, cumin, bay leaf, various other ingredients, and then we add a little bit of simple syrup to it, which we make down here as well, which is equal parts sugar and water. And then we find the right sugar level or sweetness level, which we use a refractometer as well to measure the sugar content in all our syrups. So it's not too sweet, it's not too bitter. It matches up perfectly with the liquors that we're kind of putting into the cocktail as well.
Okay.
So it's good scientific down here.
Getting scientific. I am so curious. I've never had a cocktail described as emulating chicken tikka masala, but I'm down for it, Zach. I'm down.
Perfect. Well, I don't think you'll be disappointed. We'll put it that way.
Okay. Also, while you're pouring this too, I can't help but notice these beautiful garnishes. Your bar area is so nice.
The garnishes is something that we definitely pride ourselves on as well. We take a lot of time, a lot of effort. A lot of the time spent on these cocktails, we definitely do it with attention to detail.
Guess that's why they're called craft cocktails, right?
Exactly.
Now that looks creamy and delicious. See, if I had to guess, I would guess I'm drinking like a pina colada. That's not the vibe, right?
That is not the vibe at all.
Okay. Slapping them in to release the oils.
You know what? I'll give you a little umbrella too.
Oh, okay, for posterity. I like that. Good vibes all around here at the Sidecar Speakeasy.
Cheers.
Cheers to you. Thank you so much. Moment of truth. It's really good. It's really, really good.
I was gonna say it's it definitely get the flavor profile of the tikka masala, but it's almost, you know, you're not eating food. You just get those hints in the back that kind of hit the palate, but you know you're drinking a cocktail. So that's the idea behind it.
The lemon flavor is coming through perfectly. Zach Bragdon, bar manager here at Sidecar Speakeasy. Thanks so much for hanging out.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Okay, so add Prince Psalms in to your list. It really is full of rich history. There is so much to do around New Braunfels. Park yourself here, walk around the neighborhood, go out, explore, enjoy, shop, sip, dine. Make it a staycation or a great weekend away. And in fact, if you are planning on coming out here to New Braunfels, visit playinnewbraunfels.com, where you can find all kinds of resources to make your trip a great one. So I'm Derek Shore. Cheers to you, and thanks for joining us on this special edition of Houston Life. We'll see you next time.
Oh, wait, Derek. I thought that the show was over. I'm still here in green. I have a lot more shopping to do. You know what? Say hi to my friend Kelsey. She's behind the bar here at the Grapevine. I actually put in my wine order. She's getting it ready. But while I do that, I'm just going to keep shopping. I'm making a day of it, you guys. We'll see you back in Studio B tomorrow. It'll be a lot cooler, but this place is definitely a must-step on your list. So have a great afternoon. We'll catch you guys tomorrow on Houston Life.